how you can use or how you can do linking and deep linking in React Native. As far as I know, linking is something if you want to open up a URL in a browser, external browser from your app, and that is linking. And if you want to click on a URL and want that URL to lead to your application, that is a deep linking. Like, this is my definition. If you want to have a proper definition, if you're a definition guy or girl, you can just go out on the browser and just check it out, the definition. Okay, like I gave you the basic idea. So linking is easy, by the way. Linking is really easy with, like, it comes with the React Native package, but for deep linking we have to have that React navigation package. So first, let me tell you how you can just do linking. For that, we have to have a clickable element. I prefer touchable opacity most of the times, but right now let's do a button. Okay, and the title should be something to browser. Okay, here's the button, and on press, let's write a function here. That's going to be a error function. Inside that, we have to write linking dot open URL. And now we have many options. Okay, we can just open some mailing app. We can open up your dial pad. We can open up a thing in SMS. We can open a URL in the browser. Okay, so you just have to write that down here. Open URL and just give the URL here. For example, let me just write down instagram.com/ okay, let's try it out. Okay, no thanks. See, you can see that, like, it opened up my profile. Like, I gave the link to my profile basically, so you can follow me if you want. So that's the thing, like, this is linking. Okay, let me show you, let me demonstrate other options as well. And those are mail to, tell, SMS, and everything. So if I say mail to and write down here something, your mail @gmail.com, this should open up a mailing app. See, you can see that, like, I'm not having some mail added at this point, but it is working. And you can open up the dial pad as well. You just have to write down tell here, and then any number, phone number, like whatever you want to open. See, it just opened up the dial pad with that number. If you want if you wanted to open up this SMS or something like that, just write down SMS, and it should take you to SMS. See, you can see that it just took you to the SMS of 123 123 123. So this was linking. It is too easy. No hard things here. But in deep linking, like, deep linking is also not very difficult or something. That's also easy, but a little bit harder than this linking thing. Now for deep linking, we have to open up the documentation in React Navigation. So we just go up here, and you can see that they have the options with Expo project and React Native projects separately. So if you're someone who just use Expo, you can just follow the documentation for that. But I use bare React Native, so I just like going with that. Now iOS part is for some other day, maybe. Like that's not also very different. You can just copy this statement and yeah, just go on. Like this is the manual setup, I think, and this is the shorthand for this manual setup. So you can just follow this statement, like you can just follow the documentation and you'll be done with iOS as well. But today I'm going to show you how to set up that deep linking in Android. So here we have all the things. Now this is something like if someone wants to do it manually, you just have to go to your main activity.xml, like no, what is it, Android manifest.xml, and inside that you have to add this whole thing here. Inside intent filter you have to add action, category, data, and everything. But this small thing does all that for you in just one line. That is this little line. You just have to go to your terminal and write that npx URI scheme add my chat Android. Okay, why? By the way, my chat, you can just replace my chat to anything you like. You can replace my chat with HTTP, something like that, but I'm using the default settings here, so I'm just not playing around with that. Okay, now let's just test it. Okay, when we open up some link with that. By the way, we have to build this project again. Okay, so it is taking some time till that. If you want to follow me on my social network, you can just go out to the description box. You'll be finding a link to my Twitter and Instagram maybe. So yeah, you can follow me over there. Now the main problem which comes here is that if someone goes to try this like thing what we have done until now, then they basically fail for the first time. Okay, like when I did this a month or 2 months ago, I was unable to figure out what I've done wrong. So, but don't worry, I'll just tell you what I did wrong. If I do this, okay, we have to close the application, like to just test it whether it works or not. See, it works. But if sometime in any case, like I was using HTTP instead of my chat, so in any case, if it doesn't work, you can just go on and try that with ADB, and that works. Like that totally works. That works 100%. If in any case it doesn't work with this command, then it will work with this command. If you have set up everything properly, then it is going to work 100% with this command. Now let's see how can we just fetch data from the link. Like for example, someone clicks on my chat and Jane. Like how can we just go on and have something fetched from the link. Okay, because like ultimately anyone wants to do that only. If someone's clicking on some link, maybe that's a login link or something, like which screen you have to open up at that time. Because right now I'm having only one screen, but that's not the case with an ideal app. You may be having different screens and you just want to open up a screen when you click on some link or something like that, and you want a specific value from that link. Okay, so let me just tell you how you can do that. Set up the basic Stack Navigator. You can like, oh, that's normal, that's not hard, like you can do. So I just skipped that part. I'm having 3 screens at this point, and those 3 screens are home, profile, settings. Okay, and right now no complex things, normal screens. These are the screens: home screen returning text home, profile returns profile, and settings returns settings. I'm having these 3 inside Stack Navigator. You can see that we have 3 screens. Okay, simple, nothing complex. Okay, so for the navigation part, we are done here. Now main part comes into like when we have to make linking configuration, and that is going to be like I'm just putting it inside global. You can put it inside any, like you can put it in your root folder as well. So I'm just putting it inside global linking.js. Let's do it, linking.js. Okay, you don't have to import anything here because that's going to be plain JavaScript. So nothing like no more import here. We just have to export from here. So first of all, you have to write some config inside that config screen or screens, we'll see. And here you just have to const linking equals, you have to do this, and prefixes are going to be like the URL prefix. Okay, like this thing is prefix. Okay, at this point this is the prefix. If you want to make prefix something, like you can do this. Like if you have to make the prefix from here to here, you can just do that. Okay, and that has to be inside this single quotes. Now whatever you make as a prefix, okay, the link, like the deep linking, will be after that prefix only. Like let me tell you, if you have the prefix up till here, up to chat, then if your link have something my chat and slash, so the screen name should be here. Okay, and after that some ID or something that you want to open up, that you want to retrieve from that link. Okay, so just keep that in mind. For now I just want the prefix to be up till here. You can give multiple prefixes here as well, so that's totally fine. And config is going to be like this, and I'm exporting linking, sorry, linking, maybe default export default, sorry. Like I'm not very good at learning, like I don't remember many commands, many lines, many syntaxes, so that's a negative point of mine. I don't know how to overcome that. Screens, okay, path is going to be home, is going to be home only, I think. Okay, and this was screen or something. No, this was, okay, here we have to write down the name of the screen, and then the path should be what is going to be there in your URLs. So write that down. Home. Okay. Home is going to be home, and profile path is going to be profile. Like, you can name it anything, but that should be the same as the name in the URL. Okay, you can just write down prof as well. It has nothing to do with the names here, but make sure the names here, like this name, should be the same as this name. Okay, so don't mess it up at this point. Like, let me just explain it to you again. This name should be the same as this name, and this path should be the name as the thing you have to pass in your URL. Okay, so don't just get confused. For now, I'm going to name this profile, and the main thing is, if you have to pass something, just go here and write down this, like, ID, or you can just name it anything you like, and this is going to be ID. Maybe. Yeah. Okay, so let me just close the terminal. Okay, so let me just make this ID a string. So you know how making string works in JavaScript. You just have to do this. Okay, so this is what I'm passing from the URL and what I will be extracting from the URL. And for settings, this has to be path. Path is going to be settings, and we're not going to pass anything here. This should be good until now, and this should be screens, I think, like, because yeah, we have multiple screens. Maybe, like, let's hope for the good. Let's hope that it works. And linking is going to be linking from here. Okay, so let's open up. For that, we have to extract, like, how are we going to have that in our profile screen, have that ID in our profile screen. So root, okay, and navigation, like, we are using the structuring here. So const ID equals root dot params, and inside this I will be showing the ID. Okay, we should be good to go. Now in the terminal, you just have to write your URL and the path of the screen. Path is going to be profile, and after that the ID. For example, the ID is 123. Let's see if this works. Fingers crossed. Okay, let me just close the app here, and once again, come on. Okay, it is opening, but it's not working as I expected. Let me just give some other. Okay, I think we have to build it again, and that's why it was not working. npx react need to run Android. It should work this time. By the way, ignore this file, and this is from the older video. If you want to see that, check that out, you can. And that is something about the alternative of React Redux. You can check that out. Okay, this time let me try out. Close the app and open it up using URI scheme. It is not working as I expected. I don't know why, but we'll check that out, don't worry. Till that time, let me just check whether it works with settings or not. Okay, it works with settings. It should work with profile as well. Like, have I done something wrong in the config? Profile, parse. No, everything's okay, so far so good. Let me just write down profile. Okay, it is working. So what's wrong? What have I done wrong? File. Okay, I think I have to write down ID there. No? What is that going to be? How under the earth is it going to work? 1, 2, 3. No, it's not working. Okay, I'll just figure it out and we'll be back in a few seconds. So finally, I figured out what was the mistake, and that was the silliest mistake I've ever made. And that is, in the path, you have to describe what the ID is going to be like. What is ID? The app doesn't know at all what the ID is. So in the configuration, you have to set it up like this. Okay, so that was the silliest mistake I've ever made. Now it should work fine. So here you can see that we have 1, 2, 3. Let me make it a little big. Let me make the font size a little big. Style, font size, let's do it 30. Okay, now you should see. Now pay attention here. I've given the URL. Now I'm passing the ID as 333. See, the ID, like, it got extracted here. What do you have to do in a crux, if I have to tell you? Just make this Stack Navigator or anything like that. Like, just make Stack Navigator, make a linking.js file, make the config, put all the screens here, all the paths there will be, and if you're like giving any ID, just pass that, put it inside the linking, const linking equals like make a linking object, and give the prefixes, pass the config, export it, import it in the app.js or any file which contains your navigator, Stack Navigator. In the navigation container, put the linking equals linking, like whatever you have exported it, like whatever name you have given here, you can do it anything. Write it down here. By the way, you can pass the initial params. That is important if for any case the link doesn't work, then it should not be empty, right? So it is default. You can make it 0, 0 or something like that. So it is also important in some way. And for extracting, this is very important. You have to destructure route, and you have to do const ID or anything, like whatever name you have given to this thing here. If you do it on profile ID or any name, profile ID or anything, so you just have to give the same name here and here as well. So you're extracting that and you are displaying that here. By the way, I'm displaying it here. You won't be, because you have to do something with that ID, maybe log in the user or something like that. Okay, so these were all the steps. If you have any confusion, you can always use the comment box as the way of communication or something like that. If you're not okay with the comment box, you can just always reach me out using my Twitter or Instagram. Okay, So see you in the next video. Until then, have a good day, have like good days, because I just post in a while. Till that, keep coding, keep rocking, keep chilling. Have a good day. Bye bye.